Three games of note of interest, if you will, here tonight. And see if I got the current line ready. These might be a little bit old with Virginia and Maryland. I'm showing it's up to 14 and a half right now, and this total has gone way down. I'm showing this because this was way earlier in the week. This is when I entered them in and let it sit here waiting for this day. Just stay ahead of pay, But I mean, when I typed it in, that was the line. Now, the situation, Mindy, in the total dropping is the tropical storm surging up the coast. That is going to probably dump some, feels like some showers. I mean, it's way out there. It's just a big system. So it is going to create a little bit of weather conditions apparently up and down the coast in some of these games. It's rapidly approaching that area right now. I wish I was doing a better job. I don't know if you did, but that's where the tropic right now. It's kind of passing up the.
Well, I didn't even know about the storm, so I feel pretty dumb right now.
Oh, okay. It's going to like Halifax, Nova Scotia. That's like where it's going to end landfall. It's not going to even hit. I don't think the United. It might go a little bit left and get to the main area, but I mean it's going straight up. But it's just a big enough system that is kind of whipping around some storms kind of towards the Atlantic coast where these totals have dropped. It might be that they've dropped prematurely. Like everyone, this thing when it first came out, this storm, the totals start to be hit a little bit because in the other storm season they kind of go and come through the Caribbean or something, but this time of year, I'm not a weather. I'm just telling you right now, it's out in the Atlantic Ocean. All right, I'm not
going to experience weather in this game. Is what you're trying to get at?
I'm an experienced football weather, right? I mean, so got a bunch of storms up there. They've slammed this total down, maybe prematurely. There could be wet and rainy conditions in this game. Apparently, it's kind of spring and rain, and if it is, I don't think it's going to be like a huge deal, but not all exactly sprinkling either. So and that's the weather. Over to you, Mindy.
All right. Well, thanks, Ramon. And now it's time for sports. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like Maryland, I watch them quite a bit being in the Big Ten, and I feel like they kind of do have some flaws that are out there. I know that they kind of dominated Charlotte the second half. But I felt like that game was just too close with the Charlotte team with Maryland. And I felt like at least, James Madison got that money against Virginia, but I at least feel like there was some fight in that squad. And I would really like to see that. I just think that 14 here is too much. I think this is maybe more of a 9-10 point game. I'm going to go ahead and take Virginia here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think, Virginia's going to be emotionally repaired yet, even though, they got a lot out of their system in their home opener following the tragedy last year and all that. In fact, maybe because of this game being kind of a spotlight game, we're going to look. I mean, I'm not saying that, let's please remember those players, and I'm sure we'll have more coming out. I mean, I'm not ever tired of it, nothing like that. It's just television will kind of capitalize on the opportunity, unfortunately, a little bit. It feels like where maybe last week we were supposed to feel like we put to rest their hearts in our souls and got that football game out of the way, that first home game, and now we're going on the road where a team wants to focus now. That was so emotional, and they did a great job. They did incredible. They didn't play that well, but I mean they did a really nice job to kind of battle through all that against James Madison, and like a team going through a lot of emotion, they gave up all those points at the end of the game, just like some teams that it's just a little bit. I'm not saying that's what happened. Just that's what it looked like happened to me. A team that basically played that whole game on emotion, led James Madison, who, you think, Virginia should beat you. No, I mean, James Madison is a great program, and that was supposed to be a tough game in state. They don't play that much anymore. Virginia's now lost both their games, given up a ton of points. But I wish we were getting more. I know it was open 17 and a half. It's 14 and a half, and I want to take Virginia with you.
All right, let's just
stop talking and just do it. It's not enough points. I'm hoping that Virginia, look, they're having to start around a little, start over a little bit. quite a bit actually. And Maryland's a team that we're, supposed to be, pretty good with Tagovailoa. He's a good quarterback so far. He's basically now is like, third plus season with this team. I mean, remember, he's been racking up numbers quite a bit. I mean, he's one of the better quarterbacks in the country, certainly, no doubt about it. But I'll take a conference dog getting 2 touchdowns and these familiar for hopefully Virginia does start to, build a little bit. But these teams haven't met in quite a long time because of them being in different conferences now. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go to the chat. I'm thinking about them. I don't want to overblow that. I know it's
right.
It is just something we're talking about here, but imagine it's still every second of every day.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't go away that just overnight, but for sure.
They were on they had gone to see like an Emmett Till play or something like that on a field trip.
Really?
And we're coming back and just happened to be that 3
on the bus. Okay.
football players were on this, bus that went to and the other guy was a former football player. And there were football players that take that course. So let's see here. Maryland for Dre. Let's check in with our DMV correspondent here, certainly. And giving us weather update too. That's great. And maybe it's clear now, says Dre, and Lord says Maryland is fine. We have the most viewers from that area, it feels like. It's great. Okay. Take the points. I feel like we're in the minority on the dog here, but the move has been steadily to Virginia. All right, we'll take him. I'll take him with you.
Okay. All right.
Yep. And I was all over, like when it was up there, because at first it went up before the storm they started talking about it. The total went up to 52.5. I was ready to pounce on that under. At 47 right now, because the way I play totals, I'm not putting the weather into it. I wasn't then. I thought I was ahead of the game. I think the move's kind of gone too far. I almost want to go over right now, but all my fingers say way under. So I don't know if it's under far enough yet. Okay. Army and Texas San Antonio here. I rolled with the military academy last night, Mindy. I said I went Navy in that one. It's hard to get me off service academies at all, period. I'm one of those guys. I always know that my team is coming to play. I know my team is disciplined and all that. But UTSA coming off that great season last year. Let's see this one now. 7.5 and 44. I saw it get as high as 10 points off the opener, but it's been all Army here, it looks like, from the bookmakers' adjustments anyway.
Well, I mean, I think it might be close. I don't want to say that it's going to be close, right? Like, I kind of feel like UTSA kind of rolls in this one. I kind of feel like with Army, they don't really have much of a secondary. I feel like you can really go ahead and put up points against them. They did do that last season to Army. I don't know. I feel like, Army doesn't really have that elite core of pass rushers and pass catchers. I feel like I got to go ahead and take the home team here in this one. Sorry, Ramon.
No, I know, because Army's not going to have they're going to, run the Army. They're going to be Army out there. Anyway, here at 7.5, well, Mindy's getting the best price. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that. I kind of don't mind if it keeps going down for your play. I mean, I probably feel like Army. I mean, the steam has come in on Army here. The steam also came in on the under. And I'm interested in that. It was as high as 45.5. Probably not getting the best price anymore, but I feel like it's going to go under here. I know Texas San Antonio was, pretty awesome last year. This quarterback, he's, been around all during this whole, surgence for Texas San Antonio. He's kind of led this situation, but they're not great as a home favorite. They're now starting to be home favorites more and more. So that's kind of why I'm more interested maybe in Army here, but I'll take the under in this one, 44. It's only going down. I don't know. It's only one of 3 games, so I guess everyone can just take an over 44. It looks so good, but if it's going down, it's going down for a reason, and I'm not going to give it out as a premium. I'm going to give it out on the show as my play. I like the under, but maybe not. Maybe not all in. Maybe not for one full unit, which would be a premium. Maybe for 3, 2/3 of a unit, whatever. I like the under, Mindy, here on the Roadrunners. I've seen handicapper opinions come flying across my screen here this morning, and it's all over the place, really, showing it 50, almost 50-50. Handicappers are not solid on any one side, in my opinion. Okay, we're going to go out to the poor Mountain West, I guess. Here with the Utah State Air Force. Friday night in the Mountain West. Never had more excitement here. Air Force is up to 9, and the total has gone up here to 46.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of surprised at this line a little bit. I mean, I think Air Force maybe gets this one by 5 or 6. I think 9 to me is just too much here. They are 2-0, but they haven't really looked good, especially against the spread. I think the home field is the advantage. I do think they win this game, but I like how UTSA State, they kind of gave, Iowa maybe all they could handle there for a while. And I think Iowa's way better than this Air Force team. So give me Utah State and the points here today.
Okay. Mindy taking Utah State here with the 9 points against Air Force. Yeah, you don't necessarily expect they did beat Sam Houston, but they didn't get the money. It was 13-3. One thing we're seeing about Sam and their entry here into D1, they can play some defense, but they aren't scoring like they did. That's for sure. So, it does feel, I don't know, the steam came in on Air Force. I might be getting too much value to not play Air Force here. I'm probably going to end up on the total. I'm going to be on another under, I'm afraid,
Right.
at 46. I'm 46.5 here in this one. Air Force, Air Force is going to do Air Force, I'm sure. I will say this. It's funny because the last 2 meetings, I don't even want to tell you what the scores were. Last time they met was 61 points, and the previous time they met was 94 points. But over the last 6 meetings, I'm going under, though. You look, it opened 48. It's down to 46. It was 45.5, so it has gone back up here. And I'm showing handicappers in this game running at about 3-1 pace on the under here in this one. Oh, here comes some okay, I thought the comments might have been broken because no one had anything on that other game. That's what I say. I don't know if it's this game, but because Kev Cook did comment on that. So, but college football, I know we don't get as much response a little bit. Are we a baseball show? We love football. Come on. All right.